Hey, it's Kamori, and today we're going to be making Ray's bracelet, and we're going to be using McCall's M7421, and started by cutting the piece out of some brown vinyl, and I also cut a matching piece out of some heat and bond. Now, the pattern instructions call for just taking a general piece of the fabric and then applying the heat and bond to it and then cutting it out. However, because I was on a crunch for materials, I went ahead and cut them out beforehand. Now, next step is going to be to iron the heat and bond to the material. And my only concern with this is that vinyl has a tendency to melt when heated because it is a synthetic material. So I'm definitely going to want to put a press cloth or something down to keep the iron from scorching the material. Much to my surprise, the heat and bond adhered to the vinyl really well. So I then just pulled the paper backing off, and then the instructions have you positioning the heat and bond sticky side down onto some felt and then ironing it on. Maybe because I used heat and bond light, maybe it would have worked better with Stitch Witchery, but I have already ironed this, and as you can see, nothing happened. So now what I'm going to have to do is to cut the shape out of the felt, and then I'm just going to end up sewing the two pieces together instead of ironing them together and top stitching. And here's what it looks like with the felt sewn on to the vinyl. I did reread the package, and it does say that the cuffs are supposed to be backed in synthetic suede, and the belt is backed in felt. However, they have you buy so much felt for the belt. When I had initially purchased materials for this project, I had just figured I would use the felt for this since I had so much of it. Though they do have you using a similar method for the belt, so I may just omit the heat and bond when I go to make that portion of the costume. But this is what it looks like so far. Now we're going to take an X-Acto knife and cut all of the slits that are marked on the pattern onto the cuff. Now, when I was testing the cuff and wrapping it together, I did find that I did have to extend all of the slits a little bit so that it would actually go through. I found that the slits marked on the pattern were a little bit too small. Take the end of the cuff and then keep threading it through all of the slashes so that it looks like this. And with that, Ray's cuff is done. It probably would have worked a little bit better if I had not used the felt for the lining material, but we'll just call that a learning experience. It doesn't look quite like the design on the pattern. They have a two-toned cuff, so I'm not entirely sure what they did on theirs, or if they used a two-tone material or maybe painted the middle section. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. For more videos on how to make the rest of the costume, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.